Still lying down, when your eyes first open, something begins without you noticing. The invisible battle inside the mind. At that very moment, before your feet even touch the floor, an entire day can either gain strength or collapse into chaos. Some begin the morning with complaints, others wake with determination. This small, almost imperceptible detail can transform the course of the hours ahead. The ancient masters of philosophy understood this and treated awakening as the first training ground of the spirit. But here comes an inevitable question. Have you been feeding your mind with thoughts of greatness, or allowing external confusion to dictate your first steps? Another reflection arises. What rules your dawn? The clarity of someone who chooses their own path, or the turbulence of one who wakes already defeated? The answer is simple. Those who decide to nurture the right thought at the start of the day find serenity, while those who give in to complaints and haste multiply their own prison. This is where Stoic wisdom becomes so relevant today. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, never expected life to be easy. On the contrary, he prepared each morning to face hardships with discipline. He did not seek immediate comfort, but inner solidity. He understood that the first ideas of the day shape everything that follows. And if this was true in the 2nd century, imagine how much more it matters now, surrounded by endless distractions and demands. Before moving forward, let me invite you, strengthen this message right now. Leave your like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to begin their mornings with more purpose. Your support helps us keep bringing reflections that strengthen both mind and life. The first reflection is clear. The initial thought defines everything. If you wake already glued to your phone, surrounded by notifications and worries, you lose command of yourself. But if you choose to breathe deeply, affirm inwardly that the day will be good and that you are prepared, you create a current of energy that sustains every decision. A simple mental adjustment in the morning is like lighting a torch capable of guiding the entire path. Time, however, offers no break. It does not ask if you are ready, nor wait for your mood to improve. The clock moves forward, indifferent to your will. That is why wasting hours is wasting life itself. Many live as if they had an infinite reserve of days, but the truth is different. Each dawn might be the last. The Stoics constantly reminded themselves of this reality, not to create fear, but to awaken urgency. Urgency to live with intention. Urgency to abandon excuses, urgency to act now. Another key point is understanding that the world will try, from the very start, to hijack your mind. News, criticism, pressure, all competing for your attention. But as Epictetus said, it is not external things that hurt us, but the way we interpret them. When you choose to be the rock that remains steady in the storm, chaos loses power. Your serenity cannot depend on others. It must be born from self-control. To be great is not to dominate others, but to refuse to be dominated. Mastering the mind may be the greatest training of all. Thoughts rise like clouds, some clear, others heavy. Those who do not observe become prisoners, but those who learn to filter decide which to believe. Asking yourself early, does this thought strengthen or weaken me, is the first step toward command. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that we cannot control external events, only how we respond. And through this practice, the mind can become an ally. The hardships of the day are not curses, but mirrors. In calm moments, anyone appears strong, but it is in fire that true character is revealed. Complaining is common, giving up is easy, but turning pain into fuel is rare. Challenges are disguised opportunities. What looks like an obstacle becomes a path once you choose to learn from it. It is not the weight itself that defines you, but the response you give to it. Just as you choose your clothes each morning, you can also choose the attitude with which you will face the day. Most people ignore this freedom. They let traffic, messages, or pressure decide their mood. Yet you have the option to wear patience, clarity, or serenity, just as you put on a jacket for the cold. Preparing the mind is as essential as preparing the body. Fear, for example, is a silent enemy. It does not arrive with shouts, only whispers, doubts. It makes you believe you cannot, that you will fail, that you are not ready. But fear lies. Each time you confront it, it retreats. Each time you ignore it, it grows. Epictetus taught that true freedom lies not in fulfilling desires, but in eliminating fear. And there is only one way to defeat it: act. The tests of the day will not always come in large doses. Sometimes they appear in a harsh look, the rudeness of a stranger, the impatience of a line. Each person becomes a silent challenge to your peace. Reacting with aggression wastes energy, but responding with calm is a sign of strength. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that simply being alive is already a privilege. If life itself is a gift, why throw it away in trivial arguments? Time passes, inevitably, and each second lost never returns. What will you do with this day? Will you wait for the perfect moment or use what you already have in hand? You don't need to achieve greatness every day, but you do need to live with purpose. Small actions, when guided by clarity, build a meaningful life. The pressure you feel, far from being an enemy, is proof of growth. Just as muscle strengthens under resistance, the mind expands under challenge. Pressure is a privilege of those who are truly in the game of life. The noise outside is constant. Obligations, demands, urgencies. Yet serenity can be cultivated even within confusion. Just as the ocean's depth remains calm while the surface rages, you too can train the mind not to be lost. Conscious pauses, intentional breathing, chosen silence, these are weapons against haste. Not every urgency is real, not every conflict deserves response. Choosing peace is wisdom, and when seemingly insurmountable obstacles arise, remember, they are not walls, but disguised steps. Life does not want to punish, but to prepare. The right question is not why me, but how can I grow from this? What blocks your path can itself become the path. The stone that appears to hinder may be the very support that allows you to move forward. Now you carry 12 mental weapons inspired by Stoicism, 12 reminders that turn ordinary mornings into journeys of discipline, clarity, and strength. Each day can begin with complaints or with purpose. That decision changes everything. If you choose to feed your mind with serenity and direction, no obstacle can take it away from you. The world will keep demanding, but your mind will be ready. If this message made sense to you, show your commitment. Write in the comments, "I stayed until the end." That way I'll know you're ready to train your mind daily. Also, leave your like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to start the day with more clarity. Life does not wait, and each dawn is a new chance to prove to yourself that you know exactly where you're going. See you in the next video.